Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to ChippyGaming. So today is going to be a very special video, and that's all thanks to Relogic, who for some bizarre reason gave me the trust of giving the world premiere of Journey Mode in Terraria 1.4. So they sent along an early build of the update and also a guide on how Journey Mode works. Now, you can find that same guide linked down below, but I haven't got into game yet and I haven't checked it out. But from reading it, I can now understand why they call it Journey Mode, because it's not creative mode, but it kind of is. It's not an easy version of Terraria, but it kind of is. It's a million things all packed into one, and it opens up so many new play styles that we just have to jump in and check it out. But use your imagination, because it gives you a bunch of tools, but you can use them any way you want. So, I just can't wait. Let's get into it. Now, I will say that this new title music is absolutely gorgeous, but you may remember it. It's from the Journey's End trailer, so I've probably heard this song more times than any man ever should. So I found this Easter egg, which I quite like, where you can drag the moon, and it will go back to the original Terraria music. Now that feels very fitting for me. So to actually jump into Journey Mode, you're going to need a Journey Mode character. And I have to say, my favorite thing about the new player creation screen is actually this menu here. So instead of cycling through all of the different styles like you would before, you get a little preview of how they all look. So do I want my clothier to look like this, or maybe even this? Nah, I like this one. It's tradition. So here's the most important part. When you're picking what version your character is, you know, softcore, medium core, hardcore, you want to click on Journey. Now, what's important is that Journey Mode only works if you're using a Journey character in combination with a Journey world. So everything that you unlock on your Journey character can be taken to other Journey worlds, but that's the way it goes. Journey characters start with extra equipment and can only be played on Journey worlds. Alright, so I've got a brand new character. It's set to Journey Mode, so all I have to do now is make a brand new world. So I really like this, that it just gives you a world name. I'm going to go with small, I'm going to go with Journey, and you know what, I'll let the game decide. I would like to take a little look at that master mode thing, but look, that's for another video. Alright, here we are, brand new world, and it looks amazing, of course. The wind changes honestly everything about the atmosphere in Terraria 1.4. And I think from the music, it's the Windy Day event, because I'm pretty sure that's what we found out about a couple of months ago. So you do get some starting gear to make your adventure a little bit easier, but it's always optional. You know, you don't have to use it. Of course, you are stuck with these iron tools for a little bit, but look, iron versus copper, it's not too bad of a compromise. So what else do we get then? We get a brand new summoning weapon, which you can see on her head. I like that when you come into game, this is already activated. So a nimble finch staff summons a baby finch to fight for you. Research one more to unlock duplication. We got torches, we got rope, and we've also got a carrot. The carrot's because I'm playing on my collector's edition, so you probably won't have that when you spawn in. But maybe check that out. Having a carrot is pretty great. Look at it. Little red bunny. I love it. Right, so you also get some wings. This is quite cool. Can be worn in vanity slots and allow flight and slow fall. So let's see how high you can go. Oh wow, it really isn't high. It's like actually basic wings. But I think because of this, you won't take fall damage, so that's pretty great. But like I said, you can take them off and choose your own playstyle. Alright, so here's where things get a little bit complicated, so I'll try to do my best to explain it. But one of the tools that you get in Journey Mode, and it's completely optional, is the research and duplication tool. So how it works is you open up your inventory and click on this bunny here. It opens up the power menu, and then I believe if I open up the research menu, I can put in, say, torches, and it will tell me exactly how many torches I need to give it to have that unlocked as something that I can then duplicate. So I started with 100 torches. I'll give them here. And just like that, my player can now duplicate torches at will. So if I click here, it will show me every single item that I have researched. And you can do this for all 5,000 items in the game. Look, it's going to take a while. If you want to get 100%, you're going to have to put in some hours. So I can just click on it like that. And then I have infinite torches. So what I really like is that stuff like this, you know, a ranged weapon and stuff like this, it doesn't actually require all that much to duplicate. So instead of needing 100 finch staffs, you just need the one. So why not? Let's say I was playing multiplayer and I was playing with a friend and I got the finch staff and maybe he wanted one as well. Well, all I've got to do is research it and then here you go, friend. Have yourself a finch staff. You better not use that, Zach. Stay away. But as you can see, it's getting quite dark now. I've wasted the day away cutting down some trees. I also wanted to get some dirt and some stone because I'm definitely going to duplicate that. You can now change the time. So this is going to be great if, say, for example, you're a YouTuber and you really want to get that certain shot, but you don't want to have to wait for a brand new day. This happens to me all the time. Or let's just say you've made an adventure map and you want to do a boss fight at nighttime. Just tell the player, hey, can you change it to nighttime? So I'm going to change it to noon, which is like 12 o'clock. You just click on that and it's as simple as that. It looks great too. You can also do this for weather and we'll get into some other stuff. But yeah, there is a God mode enabled. I love the sprite for this. Kind of looks like Loki from Relogic, just with some golden eyes. Very nice. So now I'm in God mode, but I'm going to turn that off because that's not the tool that I want to check out today. What I like is that you can actually get pretty nifty with it if you're being quick. So I got my stone and then I can now make a furnace and then I can use that stone to make grey brick because I really like grey brick. I think it's one of my favorite blocks in Terraria. I can then research that grey brick and then bam, I now have infinite amounts of grey brick and I can use that grey brick to then turn that into grey brick wall, which I also really like. And then I may decide to research that. And then bam, I can now make a back wall infinitely. So I only got to check this block swap feature out for a couple of seconds when making the Journey's End trailer. And I tell you what, after trying it then, I've not been able to stop thinking about it. This feature is going to come in so useful for every single player playing Terraria 1.4. One thing I think is pretty neat is that you do get the tool to turn off infection spread. So as you play through Terraria, your corruption and your crimson is going to spread through the world, especially in hard mode. Well, you can turn that off and then leave the world looking a little bit more pure. And you can also turn off increased placement range. Now, you'll see me use this as I build a little bit further away than you would in normal Terraria. This is on by default, but you can decide to turn it off if you want to. Alright, now you guys know I'm no master builder, so I'm going to build something really simple. It's actually going to be a simple wooden box home. But while I'm building it, I actually want to talk about what really kind of turned my attention to Journey Mode, because it has a feature that I believe is what makes it really great. So you may remember that a couple of weeks ago, I put out a theory video about Journey Mode, and it's kind of similar to what I theorized, you know? You basically unlock items, and then that's a form of creative mode. But one of the things I kept stressing in my video is that why would you play Journey Mode if you like to play Master Mode? Because here I am, I'm in Journey Mode, and I want to unlock all of these new items so that I can build in creative mode. But I don't really want to play the game on normal mode. So it has this feature right here, which I think is the real game changer. So you can actually change what difficulty the game is in right from this menu here. So here I am in Master Mode, and here I am in Journey Mode. You can also change just how many enemies spawn at a time, or you can decide, hey, I don't actually want enemies on screen at all. This for me is the biggest feature. I really think that this is a pretty big deal. So unfortunately, I can't go off and spoil the rest of the world, so I'm limited to some of these starting blocks. But as you can see, my duplication menu is already starting to fill out a little bit. Now imagine you've got 5,000 items in here. It's quite a lot, right? So what I like is that you can organize them all, and it'll do it automatically into a bunch of different types. So I made wooden armor, and now it will forever be under the armor category. I can then search as well. Oh, hey, I need a sword, and I found it. So it's just something that makes it a little bit more simple. So one thing I can't stress enough is that once you're playing Journey Mode, all of this is completely optional. You can decide to use journey mode, but not use the research and duplication system, because you might think, hey, I want a normal playthrough of Terraria, but instead of being normal, I would rather it be the hardest playthrough I've ever had before. So one of the neat features, like we mentioned earlier, is that you can actually increase what difficulty mode you're on while playing the game. So say, for example, you really want to play master mode, but the spawn rate is increased by 10. You can now completely do that, and then journey mode is no longer about being a creative mode, it's a challenge run. I really can't wait for people to get their hands on this and check it out. I've only been playing for about an hour now, and already I can think of all of these different playstyles. Like I mentioned earlier, it could be something that you use in multiplayer if you want an easier run with people. If you're playing with children, you might want to make the game easier, so that's great if you've got a family and you play with your kids. It's also great if you want something a little bit harder. It's great if you're a YouTuber and you want something to make thumbnails a little bit better. It's great if you just want to test something out. And you know what? It's also a pretty good creative mode. Right, so that's going to round it up for today's video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing to ChippyGaming. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the news that's coming out before the 1.4 release. And then once it comes out, we're going to have plenty of new guides so that you see all of the new optional content in Terraria 1.4. Once again, huge shout out to Relogic. And that about rounds it up. Right, thank you guys for watching. Peace.